Hello everyone, welcome back to Trivia Fever with your host Priyadarshan. I'm here obviously with the answers for yesterday's interesting questions. I know some of you would be wondering that why it's taken so long. Yes, I know the anticipation is high, but don't worry, I'm finally here with the answers. So I hope you've kept your guesses ready and you can cross verify whether you got the answers right or wrong. But nevertheless, if you have attempted it, that itself is a step ahead in the world of quizzing. So, obviously, post the answers of today's questions, I will be asking some more interesting questions. So, are you ready? Let's start off with the answers for yesterday's questions. So, here is question number one. On December 13th, 2015, he set the Asian record for the 10,000 meter race walk on a track. On 15th November 2020, he won the 10,000 meter race walk event held at the Juntendo University long distance meeting. His timing was there in the picture which I had shown you. So all I had asked you was to name this person. And obviously, since I've told you all my questions are pertaining to current affairs, so I hope that you all have been reading up. If you have been, you would have been able to crack this answer. The answer that we are looking for is Taiki Takahashi. So that is the answer for the first question. Moving on to question number two. This swimmer won the gold medal in the 100-meter breaststroke at the 2016 Olympics. He is the current holder of the world record in 50 meters and 100 meters breaststroke events. He set the 100-meter world record at the Professional International Swimming League in Budapest on 15th November 2020 by finishing in a time of 55.49 seconds by beating the South African swimmer Cameroon van der Burg in Berlin 11 years ago. So I want you to identify the swimmer, and the name of this swimmer, well, now he is gaining a lot of fame. The swimmer that we are talking about is Adam Peaty. So not only is he a good swimmer, but he's a good looking guy with a very nice physique. So you can check out his pictures on Google. Moving on to question number three. Here it is. His middle name is Carl Davidson. After winning this event, he said, "This is a day I will never forget." The reason for saying this is that he clinched a 7th World Championship and became the most successful racing driver with a masterful victory in the Turkish Grand Prix on Sunday, 15th of November 2020 by equaling the record of Michael Schumacher. So I wanted you to name him, and obviously we all would know about him. He is one of the most famous, popular and stylish celebs out there. So we are talking about Lewis Hamilton. So that is the answer for the third question. Moving on to question number four. Here it is. This golfer partnered with Jonas Bilkst to win the 2017 Zurich Classic of New Orleans. His biggest individual success is him winning the 2020 Sony Open in Hawaii and the Australian PGA Championship, which he won back-to-back in 2017 and 2018. Name this player who conceded the lead to Dustin Johnson in the final round of the Augusta Masters. So for all of you golf fans out there, you would have probably cracked this answer. The player that we are talking about is Cameron Smith. So moving on to question number five. Here it is. This one was a bit easier because obviously football is such a widely watched sport in the world. So here it is. He scored just his second international goal as World Cup holders France defeated Euro champions Portugal 1-0 in Lisbon on Saturday, that was the 14th of November 2020, to secure a place in the Nation League's final. Who are we talking about? So many of you would have been able to crack this. The player that we are talking about is N'Golo Kante. Well, a very, very good player, very talented youngster, and has many more years to come. That brings us to our penultimate question for yesterday. Here it is. He is one of only 29 players to have made over 1,000 career appearances, winning 3 European Cups, 5 league titles, 2 UEFA Cups, a UEFA Super Cup, an FA Cup and a League Cup with Liverpool. The last of his 665 appearances for the club was the victorious 1981 European Cup final. So, which footballer are we talking about? Now, this also has a relation to current affairs. Unfortunately, we lost this legend. He's no more amongst us. But the player that we are talking about is Ray Clemence. He passed away on the 15th of November 2020. So we hope that he finds peace wherever he is. And he has definitely left his mark on this world with his contributions to the club, to his country. And moving on to our last question for yesterday, here it is. He is the highest ranked Greek player in tennis history. He is the reigning champion at the ATP finals and is the youngest winner of the year-end championships at 18 years. Dominic Thiem beat this player on 15th of November 2020 in the Nitto ATP finals played before empty stands and thus avenged his 2019 final loss. Name this Greek tennis player. So obviously now in the world of tennis there are a lot of new names which are coming, a lot of new rising superstars. So this player is definitely one of them. The player that we are talking about is Stefanos Tsitsipas. So that is the end of the questions for yesterday. Time to move on to the questions for today. So here we go. Here it is. Let's get them rolling. Here is question number 1. He hails from the city of Maceió, birthplace of 3-time World Cup winner Mario Zagallo. His first goal in Europe was a match winner as he netted for Hoffenheim in a 1-0 victory over Frankfurt in April 2011. This Liverpool striker scored the crucial goal and made the country score a 1-0 win against Venezuela in this World Cup qualifier on 14th of November 2020. Which footballer are we talking about and which country does he hail from? So this question has 2 parts. Hopefully you should be able to crack it because there are many hints in the question itself. So moving on to question number 2, here it is. He turned down an offer from Sir Bobby Robson to be his assistant at Newcastle. He was deemed to be responsible for the late kickoff of Spurs' Europa League match at Royal Antwerp on October 29th. He has been handed a suspended 1-match ban. So who is this person, manager, football associate who we are talking about? Moving on to question number 3, here it is. He has been crowned in November 2020 as the Premier League's Player of the Month for the 3rd time in his career. His 22 million transfer to Tottenham back in August 2015 from Bundesliga side BVB, thus making him the most expensive Asian in football history. So who is this footballer who plays alongside Harry Kane at Tottenham? So moving on to question number 4, here it is. This team has never qualified for the FIFA World Cup. However, they have qualified for Africa Cup of Nations twice. This team staged one of the greatest Africa Cup of Nations comeback by drawing 4-0 with Nigeria on 14th November 2020. Which country are we talking about? So I just want you to give me the name of the country, nothing more, no need of name of players or who scored the goals, nothing. Just the name of the country will suffice. Moving on to our second last question for today. Here it is. He is the winner of Green Jackets in 1985 and 1993. He created a history in the ongoing Augusta Masters National. So I want you to name this golfer. Now obviously when I'm talking about Augusta Masters, the Green Jackets, if you've watched my previous videos, you know exactly what I'm talking about and you should be able to crack this answer pretty easily. And that brings us to our last question for today. So here it is. He achieved his first podium finish, a 3rd place, at the 2017 Azerbaijan Grand Prix, becoming the 2nd youngest driver to finish an F1 race on the podium and the youngest to do so during his rookie season. On 14th November 2020, he upstaged Lewis Hamilton to grab the first pole position in his career at the Turkish Grand Prix. So who is this F1 rising champ who we are talking about? So that sums up our questions for today. I will be looking forward to your answers in the comments below. So get to typing. I would suggest not to Google and try to search the answers. Try to whack your brains a little. You might know it. And obviously, if you're reading the current affairs, well, then you definitely know it. And like I've been saying, if you want to get a concise version of what is happening in the sporting world in terms of current affairs, you don't need to read the papers, you don't need to scroll through your phones, you don't need to download a million of apps. All you need to do is watch my videos. So please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so I can keep coming and keep giving you such amazing content. So thank you for watching the video. I will see you all tomorrow with the answers for today's questions and some more exciting new questions. So cheers, and I'll see you tomorrow. Stay safe, take care, good night. I will be back.